Here now with reaction. Eric Trump, he was in the courtroom today. I'm sure there's a lot you have to say. I won't even ask a question, but you were there. You want to describe to people what actually happened in there? Because the media was kicked out and the courtroom was emptied.
Yeah.
But you were there.
Sean, I've never seen anything like this. I've been by my father's side almost the entire time. I've spent many, many days in the front row of that court, and I've never seen anything like I saw today. You would think that transparency would be important in a court system, in front of a jury, to get to the actual truth. That's normally what you're supposed to do in court. And the exact opposite thing happened today. First of all, something's holding the judge back, and I think I know what it is. I think it's his daughter, who's apparently making millions and millions and millions of dollars, raising millions for Democratic operatives around New York. Because today it was proven their star witness, Michael Cohen, has lied over and over and over again. He lied to Congress. He lied to Senate. He lied to the Attorney General of New York. He lied in the DA trial in New York. He lied in the Southern District of New York. He lied to his wife. He lied to Judge Palsy, which is the judge that sentenced him. He paid vendors in bags of cash. He stole from our organization. Right? So then we asked the judge for a motion to dismiss after all these lies, after Michael agrees that he lied to all of these people. Right? He's a serial perjurer. He's a serial liar. He can't be trusted. And he is their star witness. We asked for a motion to dismiss, and it just goes nowhere because somebody is holding this judge back. And then when I look at what he did to Bob Costello, he wanted to tell his story. He knows the details of this better than anybody. He met with Cohen. He said over and over and over again that Cohen kept on saying that Donald Trump did absolutely nothing wrong. He has no information on Donald Trump. He did nothing illegal. And at every single chance that he could stop him, he could sustain, he would block him from any of that testimony. Then, as you said before, the top FEC lawyer in the country wants to testify about how there is no crime here. And again, he wouldn't allow the FEC lawyer. Transparency should be at the heart of this case. And the judge is blocking it at every single intersection. And I sit there as a proud son, as a person who knows my father didn't do a damn thing wrong. And you just watch a sham in New York at this kangaroo court where my father's been censored. He's been admonished. He's been embarrassed. He's been slandered. He's been held off the campaign trail. Right? I mean, how much more does a person need to go through? And how much more obvious can this be to every single American exactly what's happening right now? Because my father, that man right there on the stage, is winning in every single swing state. He's mopping the floor with Biden right now. He's about to have one of the biggest rallies in New York history. You saw what happened in Wildwood, New Jersey last week. And they can't handle it, so they employ crooked judges, and they will not let him out of this case, even though it would have ended day one, second one, for any other person who didn't have the last name Trump.
Well, this has gotten worse and worse. What I see happening, and tell me if this is your observation, especially when you look at the impeccable credentials of somebody like Bob Costello or Bradley Smith, who we just played. And I just think this is a Biden donor judge. You brought up, it's been written about extensively about the daughter and her political activities and questions about whether she might benefit as a result of this trial. He should have recused himself. A misdemeanor whose statute of limitations have run out. Nobody can even identify. I bet if I surveyed the jurors today, they couldn't even tell you what the crime is, that brag, the theory is, because it doesn't exist. And this is now. This is the country we're living in. I think it's backfiring. I think it's boomeranging. And as hard as it is for you and your family and your father, the fact that he's desperately trying to throw them a lifeline tells me that judge knows they lost.
Let me put it in context, Sean. And their whole tactic is to embarrass and confuse people. But this is $130,000 from 8 years ago, and they have charged my father with 34 felony counts. Right? While they shut down all of New York, every morning they shut down the FDR Drive on the way down. Then they surround the courthouse for literally blocks and blocks with the biggest law enforcement presence you've ever seen. Then they close the FDR on the way uptown. You have every single DA in New York, the top brass of the DA's office. They're all sitting there. They're all giggling. The resources, the years of time that they've spent on this. For $130,000 from 8 years ago, for an accountant that booked a legal expense, a longtime personal attorney, as a legal expense, no one believes it as little kids are getting shot in New York and women are getting hurt and people are getting mugged and illegal immigrants are taking over the city. And you can't shop at CVS because everything's locked behind plexiglass because there's so much shoplifting. No one believes this. This is legal lawfare. It's been what they've been doing to my father since he came down that escalator. This is no surprise to anybody. They're out to get the guy. Alvin Bragg will stop at nothing. And by the way, guys like Soros are telling him, you take down Donald Trump because otherwise we're going to have a real problem November 5th.
Let me tell you,
and
Eric,
the whole country is getting it. The whole country is seeing it. Our fundraising is off the charts because of it. He's winning in the polls because of it. You know, it's a law of adverse consequences. You know, sometimes things that they can't see come back and bite them in the butt, and that's exactly what's happening here. But it's just a shame that that great man right there has to sit through this nonsense. He's a great president. He's a great person. He's a great father. And this country deserves a lot better than this nonsense.
Well, I'm going to agree with that last part. This country deserves so much better, and it's sad. All right, Eric, thank you.